In the framework, ADHD is not just a weak salience network, it's often a hijacked default mode network, or the demon, running rampant. The default mode network generates compulsive narratives. You're failing, you'll never finish, you're broken. The salience network is too weak to suppress the default mode network, so the task positive network cannot activate fully because the default mode network is consuming resources. And the default mode network consumes a ton of resources when it's running. So the result, you get paralysis, rumination, and scattered action. So the liberation for ADHD is strengthen the salience network, the listener, so it can consciously toggle, suppressing the hijacked default mode network and activating the task positive network for flow, so you can get into flow state. Depression and anxiety, other toggle failures. So depression, that's default mode network dominance and task positive network suppression. In depression, you have a hyperactive default mode network, constant rumination, negative self-referential thought. You have a hypoactive task positive network, so difficulty focusing, initiating action, and sustaining effort. And you have a weak salience network. You cannot switch from rumination to action. So the phenomenology, I know I should do something, but I can't stop thinking about how terrible everything is. I've been there. The toggle is stuck in default mode network mode. The switch won't flip to task positive network. And citations right here. Anxiety, hyperactive default mode network plus a hyperactive task positive network. In anxiety, you have a hyperactive default mode network, so you're worrying, catastrophizing, what if loops, and you have a hyperactive task positive network, so you're hypervigilant, you're over control, and you're scanning for threats all the time. Welcome, GTTM family. Both networks are active simultaneously, so you have a weak anti-correlation. Phenomenology, I'm constantly worrying, default mode network, and on edge, task positive network, but I can't rest or act effectively. The toggle is broken. Both networks are activated, but neither functions well. And then here's more scientific citation. Strengthening the toggle, so anchoring in the salience network, listener. The practice, conscious network switching. The goal, train the salience network, the listener, to consciously toggle between the default mode network and task positive network based on what the moment requires. And I apologize, my birds are super loud. That's actually my son Conyer. He's a loud beak. But I'm not sorry. How it works. Anchor awareness in the salience network. Interoceptive awareness and meta-awareness. 2. Detect current state. Am I introspecting, default mode network, or am I acting, task positive network? So am I thinking about what I'm going to do, or it's time to act? Which is it? Determine appropriate mode. What does this moment require? Execute the switch. Consciously shift networks. And finally, maintain awareness. Stay anchored in the salience network, the listener, throughout. Practice 1, recognizing the current mode. Step 1, pause and notice. Welcome to Soul Groove. Ask, right now, is my awareness internal, default mode network, or external, task positive network? Am I lost in thought or engaged with the present moment? Default mode network indicators, mind wandering, planning, reminiscing, self-referential narrative, I am or I should, and emotional rumination. Task positive network indicators. You're focused on an external task, you have sensory engagement, you're engaged in active problem solving, and you're in flow state. Salience network indicators, the listener. That's your meta-awareness. I notice I'm thinking, or as Descartes said, I think, therefore I am. Interoceptive awareness, so you're sensing your breath, your heartbeat, your bodily sensations, and you're witnessing consciousness. You're observing without identifying.